I think the thing I fear the most is retaliation. Just because we live in a world where retaliation is such a common thing on both sides in any issue. And with Charlie being such a high profile, he raised millions of dollars for the right-wing party, endorsed candidates. I just feel like it opens the door for someone else who feels passionate to do it to a leader on the left.
Mm-hmm. So what does retaliation look like when you say that? What?
I could see, like, okay, for example, because I was just having a conversation with friends about this. Kamala Harris is going on a book tour. And I believe President Trump got rid of her, I think it's called like presidential security or whatever that she had. What if she has one in Philadelphia coming up in a couple weeks? What if she goes to that and someone wants to retaliate and says, I'm going to go to Kamala Harris's book tour and do what they did to Charlie?
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, I like that you said some of us, not them, it's some of us, right? Yeah. How about somebody else? Like, what are you most afraid might happen?
I think, our guns the laws changing. The laws have changed in Massachusetts already. You can't even have a Glock anymore. That's just a handgun. It's not an AK-47 or an AR-15. It's a handgun.
Oh, so you're afraid, actually, of clamping down on the Second Amendment.
Yeah, because
You can tell Layla over there seems really bothered by his comment.
guns don't kill people. Cars don't drive drunk. Spoons don't make people fat.
Exactly.
People kill people.
Mm-hmm.
People are sick, and they're the ones that kill people.
Mm-hmm.
This kid's smart.
By the way, can I just tell you something? There are a ton, so many Second Amendment people watch this class, so you made a lot of friends right there. By the way, okay, somebody else.
Well, I think that was a really good segue into this. I think with the combination of possible retaliation and the lack of gun laws, wouldn't gun laws be better if there is a fear of retaliation from the left?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys? So, I don't know about you guys, but does it not feel that Pocahontas over here seems to only be concerned about Charlie Kirk's murder not having the desired effect of silencing the opposition through fear? That's the message I'm getting. I don't know about you guys.
I think the problem with taking away or putting any gun laws into play is you're going to create a black market for guns. There's already a black market. There's already ghost guns, and it's just going to be just like weed, just like cocaine, just like anything else that gets on the street.
All right. Okay, so hang on. I want you to go back. What is it? Layla. Okay, Layla, go back to. So you made that point, but go back to the main question. What are you most afraid of?
I think I'm most afraid that America won't utilize Charlie Kirk's death in the correct way, and nothing will really be gained from it, and it'll take too long to put the pieces together of significance, meaning like, what was he talking about when he died? Who killed him? Was it a civilian or was it planned? Was it, the date, the location, things like that? It's going to take a little bit too long to dive into those things, which prolong the process of gun control and things like that.
Charlie was just politically assassinated, and you're out here talking about gun laws? Really? That's your initial reaction? This lecture was recorded a day or 2 days after Charlie's murder, so it's not like 2 weeks had passed.
All right, so we don't learn from it. What would you like us to learn?
Gun control is necessary. I think that's a point that needs to be pushed.
This
but
chick
there
is
are
unbelievable.
But go beyond guns. Set aside the guns, because somebody he could have been killed in any other way. Okay. What do we need to learn? You think about what I was saying. Think about what do we have to learn?
Sam, can I add something?
Yeah. Wait, no, hang on. I want to stick with Layla for a second.
Can I think on it?
Yeah, let me come. Yeah, hang on. How about you? Like, what do you think we need? What do we need to learn right now? Like, what are you afraid that we're not going to learn?
Well, from what I know about Saudi, we don't really have the choice of being able to own a gun. So I feel like seeing how our life is there, we don't really see as much gun violence or terrorism, as you said it, in our country. So
Yeah, in Saudi, you're not going to have a lot of the personal freedoms that you would enjoy in America. So that's a trade-off.
I kind of don't really agree with his point about like it's based on people. I feel like if you're giving people a choice to own a gun,
Okay.
then
All right. So listen, I want to, it's not that I don't want to touch guns, because I'm happy to touch guns, right? But I want to go beyond that. We're beyond guns right now, y'all, right? Like we are from what I'm seeing here. Look here. I want to sit with I want y'all to sit with something. I want you to respond to something. This thing could go south, okay? You know what I mean by that, going south, okay? It could really spiral. Thinking about it spiraling, and so Layla and Wala, what are you afraid of? Wait. Like spiraling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of, Jason said it in a way, it's like retaliation and here and here and here and here and here, and like, oh, like what do you, hang on, do you think about that? Maybe you don't think about it.
Think about
things spiraling and getting out of control.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
I think it's natural with any major thing, especially Charlie Kirk. He represented so much. He said so much all the time. So his death means a lot to a lot of people in a lot of different ways.
You can tell she
but
hates
I'm not
Charlie
sure really
Kirk.
what I'm afraid of other than the meaning of it and the symbolism behind his death not being understood and utilized.
So you're not really afraid in the way that some people. How about you? Like,
No, I am still afraid. I am still afraid of things going south because things can go south in every way.
Okay.
Okay, so Pocahontas over here wished for gun laws to stop any retaliation. But the truth is, after 2 weeks, the only retaliation from the right is a lot of mourning, vigils, and a lot of people attending churches.
All right. So I'm thinking about like
like
Go ahead,
for
yeah.
example, after the incident yesterday, my parents called me and they were telling me about how they were worried about how
hold it a little closer.
my parents called me and they were telling me about how they were worried about how the whole situation was done so easily and how this could lead to a spread of violence. So it does cause people to be afraid.
So cause your parents to be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's kind of interesting, right? Because we have the idea that, there are a lot of people in this room that would be afraid to go to Saudi Arabia. And if they went to Saudi Arabia, their friends and family would say, oh my God, be careful over there.
Saudi Arabia is one of the safest countries in the world. It's a very clean, safe country.
It's really dangerous over there. And you would say, like, come on, man. Nothing gonna,
Like, we're the land of peace.
You might get run over by a Mercedes or something, you know what I mean? But you'll be all right. How about somebody, so either Jack or Deshaun, or Jason, sorry.
Deshaun.
It's being afraid, like things going south, right? What's that look like to you guys? Or are you afraid? Do you have any fear of that? Like y'all are young, you know what I mean? Like you're just starting your lives. Like I'm at the end, like I'm looking around and I'm saying, well, if it goes south, I got my best years in. So
I mean, even to touch on back to the point of like, what can we learn from it? I'm afraid that, because I already feel like we're at that point kind of, but like, I'm afraid that people are going to continue to not know how to get things done in this country, or like realize where their anger needs to be directed. Because to the point of what I said about Charlie Kirk being like he was a big influence on the right-wing party. He raised money, but he was not a politician. He did not sign a bill. He did not have any like pen to paper influence on any type of policy.
Yeah.
And I feel like people lose the scope on their city council, their school boards, their state legislature that actually put pen to paper on how our day-to-day lives look, our economy looks, school policy, and that's where our real anger and our real attention needs to go to. And I feel like a lot of these influencers, they take up all this attention, and then I don't know, people just, they don't direct their anger and their attention to where it needs to go to actually make change in this country.
Okay, so that's interesting, actually, right? All the time people spend on making comments on Reddit or TikTok or Twitter or X or whatever it's called, or Facebook, whatever social media they're on, they could actually go out and visit their local school board sessions or city council sessions or run for something or whatever the case is. There are a lot of things they could do. Do you have?
I do. I think another fear is maybe someone taking it upon themselves to handle his unfinished business, because I'm sure a lot of people that supported Charlie Kirk feel like, oh, he's gone too soon, he wasn't done, like the things he was pushing, he was making change. Other people may feel the need to echo him or carry on the rhetoric he was pushing, and I don't think that's beneficial at all.
Okay, so wait,
Okay. Pocahontas over here sounds like a complete sociopath. She lacks empathy, compassion. Charlie Kirk was politically assassinated in front of his wife and kids. But honestly, I think it's pretty obvious that this girl here, well, I don't want to say that. Let me put it this way. The same people that were mocking Charlie Kirk immediately after his assassination, they pretty much acted like her. They had a lack of empathy, compassion. And I'm not saying that Layla was celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, but I'm just saying, I'm pointing that out. This is the same type of, reaction you would see from the people who are mocking Charlie Kirk immediately after his death.
you actually, so you're someone who, for the most part, there are many things that Charlie said that you would.
And I gotta add this too. Not one single person here has talked about taking another person's life being wrong, especially for political speech. But no one has even mentioned, the killing, the murder of Charlie Kirk at all. These people are talking about gun laws and stuff like that, especially this chick. She's just so focused on gun laws or someone spreading Charlie's message.
That I would agree with?
For sure.
No.
Well, listen to what I said earlier. He said the guy was talking every single day, all just like me. I have thousands hours of video. He has probably 100,000 hours of video. There are things that he said that I will guarantee you would say, oh yeah, a lot of things that he said that you'd be like, yeah, that's actually a really good point, and that's a smart point, and that's good, that's bad,
Oh, I'm sure, but with the context and with just everything altogether, Charlie Kirk as a whole, I know I do not agree with. He could say and have, some clear points that are factually true or statistically true or morally true in rare cases, but that doesn't mean I agree with him.
Okay, so you just heard what this lady said. She said Charlie Kirk could literally say something statistically, factually, and morally true, but she still wouldn't agree with him. This is how brainwashed she is. And she's spending so much money at Penn State, but it's no surprise she thinks this way. And that's why Charlie Kirk did what he did, traveling all throughout the country to different campuses, speaking to the youth.
So
Sure.
And so that's just kind of like me. It's like anyone. And there's nothing that if you decided, hey, I'm going to pick up and do what Charlie Kirk did, or any of us in the classroom, right? And you would think, yeah, I got these really good ideas, and I'm going to push them forward. Immediately, you just start saying things that, you think are really thoughtful and smart. And then, half the people are like, oh, this person's a jerk, whatever. And so I get what you're saying. You have your own kind of personal vision of the world, and, but But you also understand that, right?
I kind of wish that this Professor Sam Richards pushed back on her, because he kind of does in a way, but just he didn't challenge her enough, in my opinion. Like, her thought process is completely whack.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm afraid that, like, people laugh about this. Like, I've seen it on TikTok now. Like, people are laughing that, an influential person in our world that made us question our beliefs. Just like,
Out of the 4 students here, he's the only one that's showing empathy, compassion.
you do yourself, it's not funny. No one should die. Right? Everyone has the right to live. That's another one of our rights in the United States.
So what's your fear of that? People not taking this seriously. And
I think just because the person died, the voice doesn't stop. Someone else is going to fill his position sooner rather than later, and everyone's going to have to live with it. And
She feels disgusted by that.
It's just going to happen again, and history is going to repeat itself once again.
So you're this college student coming down here from Boston, right? And you're studying at Penn State. You're spending a lot of money here at Penn State to study, right? You want to be challenged. You need people in your life who are going to say things that challenge you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't stay at school in Boston.
Yeah. Okay, so listen. So, for example, you're a supporter of the Second Amendment, right?
Yeah.
So you then,
Well, I think in general, as an American, like, no matter what the amendment is, what amendment, what the Constitution is, I think we just got to back the Constitution altogether.
I got you, man. You're a supporter of the Constitution. Yeah, exactly. So I hear that. Yep. And so, but for you, then it becomes this thing where it's really good for you to completely engage people who would nitpick the Constitution, right? That's important for you, right? That's how you're going to grow intellectually and so.
Okay, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if enough of you guys do, maybe I'll make part 2, because this video was like an hour long. I only did a portion of it. So, till next time.